More rain lies in store for us this week. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news if you don't like the rain, but those showers can actually cause major problems for us. In today's Weather IQ, meteorologist KJ Jacobs joining us to explain why flooding can be underestimated during the cold season.
More rain is definitely in the forecast. Flooding can pose a threat even in the winter. The ground does not take in rainwater as easily as it does during the spring and summer. Now, we are halfway through the winter in the Carolinas, and flooding is one of the most underestimated weather threats. As a large system, as you know, comes through, dumps heavy rain, those downpours, flash flooding events can occur more easily throughout the winter. Number one, in no particular order, evaporation rates are much lower in the winter. Less sun, fewer warm temperatures. On cold days, for example, water does evaporate, but the rate is much slower than it would be on warm days. Vegetation is dormant. We're not growing. Plants really not taking in the water from the soil, so it just sits there and it leads to flooding. Now, something we don't have to worry about as much, melting snow and ice jams for that matter, are other causes for flooding during the winter. But those concerns are not something that we have to deal with primarily because we don't deal with that colder climate. Carolyn? Brad?
I'm glad we don't have that.
Can you imagine if that on top of everything?
I grew up in Ohio. We had ice jams all the time in the spring, and they were horrible because not only you have flooding, but you have big chunks of ice floating in the water that would just crush into everything.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with that here. That's why so many people actually move here. They love the climate, right?
And it has been a very wet January, as KJ was alluding to. We've had some pretty wet weather recently, but in the winter, we tend to see the moisture just sit in the soil. So I know your yard's muddy.